this is Prototype 2, right?
Yes.
And when is it going to be released?
It'll be out April 24, 2012.
All right. And is this a direct sequel to Prototype 2, Prototype 1?
It is.
All right. And we saw Prototype 1 was set in New York City, right?
That's right.
And in Prototype 2, is the city bigger, more detailed? How did you expand that?
It is. So what we did is, where the outbreak first took place, which essentially is Manhattan, has now become the red zone. It's the most highly infected. It's a zone where many people have actually tried to escape from. So essentially we call it pure hell. Then there's two other zones that are across the water from them, which is the yellow zone, which is a quarantine zone. Essentially it's where a lot of people have gone, really overpopulated, really feeling kind of doomed. Blackwatch ruling with an iron fist. In fact, they are experimenting on the human population. Then there's the green zone, which is the headquarters of Blackwatch and Gentek, which for the most part seems the most normal and actually has the least amount of infection. And so you have really three distinct types of zones. So it's still New York. The sum of those three zones is larger, certainly. And what we did is we rewrote the graphics engine, so the world is much more detailed, a much higher fidelity. And because the zones have all their unique feel, they're all quite different in their look as well, in their style. And also in the ambience of the world, how the pets are actually, and how the people in the world are responding to things is also quite different as well.
And you said you updated the graphics engine
Yes.
of Prototype 2. Did that make you able to increase the frame rate of the game as well?
Well, the frame rate, I think we're trying to stay with that same higher frame rate as well. I mean, really with frame rate, what's important is staying at a good consistent one, so you don't get any dips when it gets really, really crazy. But what we wanted to do is predominantly change the fidelity of the world, right? So of course, optimizing and making it fast as well is important because it's a game that really is that kind of speed of the character is really quite critical. You never want it to bog down.
And with the graphics engine, how did that make you able to further extend the all hell breaking loose principle?
Yeah, so when you look at the first engine we had in the first game, you know, we were all about kind of quantity in that respect. When you got a powerful guy like that, you need to be able to have a lot of enemies that you can really tear through. And what we found is we couldn't push that engine any farther because what we asked for now was the same or more amount of enemies, but now the world had to be more detailed, more props, better fidelity of textures. So really that's how we pushed it. We really tried to have more budget for that art. Because again, the zones had to be quite unique and we wanted the zones to really characterize a certain feel. And you'll see it in their billboards and their graffiti in the buildings themselves, right? So that's what we're really pushing.
And are you able to talk any new gameplay features, any new moves for like the blade?
Oh yeah, so there's going to be some more stuff actually unveiled at midnight tonight, some new powers. One of the ones you're seeing now is the tendril. So it's really that drawing and quartering power. So you send out tendrils into an object, you either string them up and they get torn apart, or there's something called the black hole effect where it just sucks in everything else back into the object and just crushes it. So that's one of them. We've also got improved powers as well, and again there's some new ones which we haven't shown yet, but you'll see. Also we've got non-combat powers like hunting, the ability to actually hunt a target down within the open world and narrow down onto it using like what looks like human sonar. Also we've improved our stealth play as well, so if you want to do stealth consumes, you've got to do it to people that aren't being watched. So if someone's being watched, I can't stealth consume them. But if I stealth consume the ones that are watching, I can then narrow down and have that puzzle-based gameplay until I can get to my targets without being watched. And all that without actually raising a single alert or using any combat powers.
Awesome.
So that's in there as well.
Awesome. Also, did you expand the voice cast, or are there original voice actors reprising their roles in Prototype 2?
Well, so we haven't unveiled any of the secondary characters, but certainly there'll be some new voices in there, and of course we have the new protagonist, which is a new voice as well.
All right.
So certainly the cast has changed.
Do you have any DLC planned?
We haven't announced anything yet, but it certainly is something we're thinking about.
Okay.
And certainly if you want to know more, tomorrow we're doing a stage presentation, which will actually unveil our new CG trailer. It comes out at midnight tonight, but definitely come check that out. And we're showing some of those new abilities that we talked about as well that aren't in the hands-on demo right now.
Okay. And once again, when does this game come out?
April 24, 2012.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. Have a nice day.